can't explain string theory to a marionette. But you forget what you were promised yet. Yo, getting a paycheck is like getting a kiss of death. Yeah, get your health insurance, get more money to spend so you can afford your proof of purchase. I know you thought by now that everything would be perfect, but every time you balance your checkbook, you start to get a little nervous. Make the prey think they the apex, but the days get longer and every day they cash in they rain checks. Stacks of bills they haven't paid yet, going out every weekend thinking that was the main event. Nah, that's the bread and circus, and y'all are paying for the tent. Paying for the liquor so you forget where it was spent. Getting fleeced by the same that you were told was heaven sent, while you're looking in your wallet making sure you can still get your rent. But I just let them do their talking. I just let them do their talking. Yo, I just let them do their talking. And once again, it's not my problem. I just let them do their talking. Yo, I just let them do their talking. I lower my bayonet. I can't explain string theory to a marionette. Why am I wasting my breath? We think we're earning a living, instead we're paying for a death. A couple grand to cover a casket, a full-time gig to show you don't belong in a loony basket. And who's making all that racket? Is it you? Is it you? Well, it depends on who's asking. I guess I didn't get the message. I guess I didn't raise my hand and ask the correct questions. I'm guessing that the lesson didn't leave much of an impression because the ones heading the session picked the incorrect profession. Yo, this isn't art, it's a petting zoo. It's a one-way conversation with a celebrity who won't pay attention to you. Check your Twitter, check your status, buy a new pair of Jordans while you forget just what a fad is. It's alright, I said my piece, carved into my headstone before you sign your next lease. I'll lower my bayonet. I can't explain string theory to a marionette. So I just let them do their talking. I just let them do their talking. Yo, I just let them do their talking. And once again, it's not my problem. I just let them do their talking. Yo, I just let them do their talking. I'm under salt water, I'm in Everglades. I sold up my veins so they can break razor blades. I'm hanging from beams and I'm heading through space. I think I realize why the stars stay in place. I'm on the offboard, sitting on the starboard. Yo, I'm the dude drinking port from the cardboard. I'm the dude getting drunk in the harbor. Each wave makes a sound and the sound becomes artwork. I see stars with no eyes in my sockets. I sit behind bars with a knife in my pocket. To be honest, it feels a little caustic to be drinking vodka every time the clock hits. Yo, I always get potted and talk shit, or I sit by the seaside and I watch it toss salt spit. I watch dry ships commit to drop ships while I'm sitting with Tiff and we're switching off hits. It's the middle of the night. We're taking on water, but the ship is upright. The man who looks too close is the one who sees farthest. If you're looking at all, then you're a careless artist. You're throwing money into a bearish market, and if you're looking at all, then you're a careless artist. Yo, you're not the one who sees farthest. You're just a careless artist. And I go. And I go. Cheap rings on a finger, but she looks like gold. And I'm sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. And I go. And I go. Cheap rings on a finger, but she looks like gold. And I'm sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. Yo, I'm sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. I am sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. And then I go home. I died in the soil, return to the loam. Till I heard the ring from the telephone. She always wears rings made of yellow gold. A lighthouse in the port, the kind of light that the storm always tries to distort. I see you shining from the edge of the map. The fire burns through the lens and it bends through the glass. And then it all shatters. I try to think for myself, but myself doesn't matter. Yo, that's the thing about when blood starts to let. If it's not finished flowing, it hasn't started yet. We all gotta pay our debts, and if you're holding a bag, then it's full of regrets. Yo, that's the thing about when blood starts to let. If it's not finished flowing, it hasn't started yet. So I'm a moving target. An antique store's a thrift shop without all the bargains. So when I spill my cheap wine on the carpet, the only place it'll sell is on the black market. Yo, I'm not the one who sees farthest. I'm just a careless artist. I throw money into a bearish market because I'm a careless artist. I'm not the one who sees farthest. I'm just a careless artist. Yo, I'm not the one who sees farthest. And I go. And I go. Cheap rings on her finger, but she looks like gold. And I'm sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. And I go. And I go. Cheap rings on her finger, but she looks like gold. And I'm sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. Yo, I'm sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. I am sorting through 20 levels of speaker tones. I'm not saying that we got a new way to do things, but you should watch where you're chillin' and watch where the news hangs. What'd you say? You say what's wrong with whose brain? Touche, but I kill prisoners like I'm Hussein. Dopest folks just wanna get up in that poontang. I frame your ass up inside of 2 frames, 1,000 words, one part of your soul, but I'm impartial to partial, so I reap it all whole, reap and bestow while I speak at my show, always chiefing up bleezies and sleeping with hoes. It's been a minute since I hit the studio. I've been busy hitting blunts and copping dough, but yo. But really though, from the most indie town in the land of Jim Crow, my biggest influence is the local bands that I'm friends with. That's what it fucking means to say a music's independent, not getting rich without asking major labels, not Grammy wins that broadcast on basic cable, not drinking Cristal until you're under the table, or having an accountant to keep track of your payroll. Talking about that real shit, rapping DIY, booking studio time in the middle of the night, slinking by mixers like some kind of gumshoe, drinking liquor, smoking bowl between each run through. I'm not saying that we got a new way to do things, I say we drink smoothies and puff on some doobies, and for the moment poaching poets like hippopotamus, they never coming back like I sent them to Guantanamo. I innovate to innovate your hypothalamo, invading the shit till it gets taken like the Alamo. I'm bad at though, and I never had to practice, yo. I'm always on the rapping when I'm smoking on that bad shit dro. Got that hot fashion flow, that cold splinter's bone. Got your girl in her bed under her winter throw. Yo, it's a serial killer who been sleeping on your pillow every time I bust up in the town like Godzilla, dropping bombs on your cities like the Bay of Manila. I'm copping spliffs, pills, and bottles of Miller. Vocals so fly, they give you chills like Thriller, and the gist is on the beat channeling some Jay Dilla. I'm not saying that we got a new way to do things, but you should watch where you're chillin' and watch where the news hangs. And for the moment poaching poets like hippopotamus, they never coming back like I set them down the rabbit hole. Other rappers always calling me mister when they approaching my throne upon the dome of the vista. Wondering how I control the whole system, how I project the whole vision from the dark side of the prism. I fucking split light beams. I smoke spliffs and compose at light speed. I make the chief of the other tribe bleed. I cut off his head and I keep his headpiece for me. Collecting trophies, focus, you know me. I'm holding all your calls because you rappers are phonies. And if you like to try and see how I see, you should try imbibing weed tinctures at high speeds. Wonder why motherfuckers speak so fucking highly, cause no one else this fly when they as high as me. I'm not lying, see, but I forgive your impropriety. Unless you'd like to die, there's no need to be defying me. Let's put the vinyl on the old turntable, cut the internet and quit paying for the cable. Let's put the swisher in a slow rotation. Sitting in a circle, try to have a conversation. I put my mind into a slow rotation. 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 I can't determine what's real. I can't determine the difference between prison bars and a windowsill. Or if the bar is worth the thrill because a killer likes a gun because a gun likes to kill. And I can't determine my fate. I can't determine the difference between destroy and create. Or if the difference is just what you think. Because an artist likes a canvas cause you find a canvas blank. And I can't determine the difference between the solution to a problem and 100 proof solution distributing in the bottom of a bottle. And that's my motto. And I can't determine the difference between a solution to a problem and 100 proof solution distributing in the bottom of a bottle. And that's my motto. Let's put the vinyl on the old turntable, cut the internet and quit paying for the cable. Let's put the swisher in a slow rotation. Sitting in a circle, try to have a conversation. I put my mind into a slow rotation. 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 I can't determine why not. I can't determine why the population chose to let their mind rot. Or if the world is unwilling cause a merchant makes a sale because a merchant makes a killing. And I can't determine the difference between the solution to a problem and 100 proof solution distributing in the bottom of a bottle. And that's my motto. One time, one line, one more make the 8th and the 9. One more make the monster divine. Intelligent design. One more make the beat rewind. One more make the kick collide. Another shot, then one more line. Alkaline. Another hunger from the vine. Another glass of wine. Another alcohol is fine. And I find my ground. And I can feel the sun spin around. And I see it sound, and I see it then. I see myself upon the earth again. And I roll up in my drop top, with a sexy girl in a crop top. Side eye, no more, my top 357 on my hip, yo, pop. I roll up in my drop top, with a sexy girl in a crop top. Side eye, no more, my top 357 on my hip, yo, pop. And I never do what they want me to. And I never do what they want me to. Stepping back once again, puffing blunts above the planet while it spins. Never mind about the state that I'm in. You don't hate that I do it, you just hate that I win. And I break bread with Nephilim, hovering above a place that I had never been. Going through whatever again, but whatever my dude, we do whatever we can. I roll up in my drop top, with a sexy girl in a crop top. Side eye, no more, my top 357 on my hip, yo, pop. I roll up in my drop top, with a sexy girl in a crop top. Side eye, no more, my top 357 on my hip, yo, pop. I roll up in my drop top, with a sexy girl in a crop top. Side eye, no more, my top 357 on my hip, yo, pop. I roll up in my drop top, with a sexy girl in a crop top. Side eye, no more, my top 357 on my hip, yo, pop. Knick-knack, paddywhack, putting on my thinking cap. I got it for $1, now I'm never gonna take it back. I gotta go, going inside a little gold sack. I got a little set of speakers with a little boom bap. I got a itty-bitty lady always on the attack. A tight waist, dope rack, and a ass so fat. I said it's cold outside, so I'ma ride a cold rack. Gotta putting on my hat and then I hit it from the back. Cause it's my beanie, my beanie baby. I got so much dough, I take it easy lately, flow so cold that I be freezing. Ladies, see you at my show and bring your beanie, you know. Yo, it's my beanie baby. I got so much dough, I take it easy lately, flow so cold that I be freezing. Ladies, see you at my show and bring your beanie for show. Or bring it to the show. Bring it to the show. Or bring it to the show. Bring it to the show. Or bring it to the show. You never saw a fella flow like this before. From New York to San Diego, back to Chicago, down south to Atlanta, call me Vincent Van Gogh. Yo, I got the advantage, I dismantle your canvas. I be eating other rappers are famished. Your girl is underwater, you can call her Atlantis. Got her wearing all my beanies while she's swinging in my hammock. It's my beanie baby. I got so much dough, I take it easy lately, flow so cold that I be freezing. Ladies, see you at my show and bring your beanie, you know. Yo, it's my beanie baby. I got so much dough, I take it easy lately, flow so cold that I be freezing. Ladies, see you at my show and bring your beanie for show. Yo, it's my beanie baby. It's my beanie baby. It's my beanie baby. Yo, see you at my show and bring your beanie for show. It's a wonder why we're all still standing, why we haven't abandoned the plans that we have a hand in. There's no sense in understanding, it's like speaking cheap Mandarin at a speakeasy in Canton. Maybe we're meat mice, and we just squeaking in tandem. Can't stand to imagine that the circumstances is random. Rather imagine victims at the whim of some phantom. And despite this bleak insight, you like to think you're the champion, the fastest one among the rats in the maze. Wrap it up for the day, and then it's back in the cage. Back to slow suicide, packing plaque in your veins. It's a one-way track, a heart attack on a plane. Man, there's nothing out there but bad land's been forbidden. There's nobody left except those who've been committed and hidden. And even the sinners always pretend that they've been forgiven, like their whole lives ain't just some sad stories to tell your children. 4 walls in 4 tones of gray, exploring 4 tones of blue on these unfortunate days. Mind bending like contortionists, subordinate to portions of a program on a ration of some ordinary corporate shit. And life is just a prison, consequence of wrong decisions. A caustic, supersonic, cost efficient bomb collision shit. Even mathematicians gotta practice long division by the book. Forgive me for my bleak outlook. 4 walls in 4 tones of gray, exploring 4 tones of blue on these unfortunate days. Mind bending like contortionists, subordinate to portions of a program on a ration of some ordinary corporate shit. And life is just a prison, consequence of wrong decisions. A caustic, supersonic, cost efficient bomb collision shit. Even mathematicians gotta practice long division by the book. Forgive me for my bleak outlook.
It's nothing.
Bleak, speak, repeat the definition, simple superstition, and soon a deadly premonition, a deadly gaze into developmental pestilence, eradication of the masses through intelligent embellishment, abdication of the throne on some professional zealot shit. But yo, you can't be crazy until you get rich, and then everybody just calls you eccentric, and then you got money but no reason to spend it, and then you got land but no way to defend it. It's a sentimental tale, just the way that I'm telling it. 4 walls and 4 tones of gray, exploring 4 tones of blue on these unfortunate days. Mind bending like contortionists, subordinate to portions of a program on a ration of some ordinary corporate shit. And life is just a prison, consequence of wrong decisions. A caustic, supersonic, cost-efficient bomb collision shit. Even mathematicians gotta practice long division by the book. Forgive me for my bleak outlook. It all became so clear ever since I realized that none of this is real. Always hit the Achilles heel when push comes to shove inside a barrel full of steel. I can taste the bitter powder. If you can't face the facts, then play it a little louder. Just so you know, I can't give up the ghost. I put my hand on my ticker to keep track of the pulse. And just so you know that I know that I got to. I just so you know that I know that I got. Just so you know that I know that I got to. I just so you know that I know that I got. Just so you know that I know that I got to. I just so I know that you know that I got to. I just so you know that. I just so you know that. I want you to know that. I just got to tell you, just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Because I'm dying. Just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Because I'm dying. Just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Because I'm dying. Just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. I'm out of control. I can't hit pause and I can't let go. Then I was talking to the Jizz and he said, yo, can you write me an album? I said, hell yeah, for sure. I got drunk as fuck and the blunt started to glow. I woke up 6 months later with a manifesto, and the day after that is the day that you know that Hoxworth and the Jizz started running the show. And this is what I call version control. Cut out your rusty old ticker with my surgical flow. Just so you know, I leave you mofos on death row. I hear you saying no-lo and I'm saying no comprendo, yo. I can taste the bitter powder. If you can't face the facts, then play it a little louder. Just so you know, I can't give up the ghost. I put my hand on my ticket to keep track of the pulse. And just so you know that I know that I got to. I just so you know that I know that I got. Just so you know that I know that I got to. I just so you know that I know that I got. Just so you know that I know that I got to. I just so I know that you know that I got to. I just so you know that. I just so you know that. I want you to know that. I just got to tell you, just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Because I'm dying. Just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Because I'm dying. Just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Because I'm dying. Just so you know, we're on a timeline. Because I'm dying. Cool. And that a smooth cream filler that moves the dream killer, lose the miller. We meant to be sipping that Hennessy, sipping soft syrup, dripping, hidden so pleasantly, so alone in the present. like my pops living in Tennessee. Pops bottles of domestic, sip this, I'll let Miss Tess it. Buds, coolers, of PBRs. Yo, I confessed it, reducible sat and DVRs. Yo, just reset it. Last thing keeping me from drinking, I didn't let it, I will smoke this. If nobody else opposes, I'll sip drips through my lips until the bar closes. I will sit on the tracks and fucking study locomotives and coding coded strings coated in some bitmass bogus. I'll smoke until I'm broke or croak. Yo, whichever's first, I'd rather die than know high. No lie, yo, that would be the worst. My brain might burst. I'd probably blast it myself, dash it into my dash, smash it on an ice shelf. Yo, blood in the Arctic. I'm sorry, this is cathartic. I'm sorry, every motherfucker fucking thinks they're an artist, can't start their own market. Too afraid of the dark shit. Put a bomb in a car and fucking park it at Target. I'm sorry, I'm so explosive, socially corrosive. Chose to expose and disclose this implosive diagnosis. Death on my breath, I'd suppose tuberculosis, decomposing the brain, some kind of unknown psychosis. I will smoke this if nobody else opposes. I'll sip drips through my lips until the bar closes. I will sit on the tracks and fucking study locomotives and coding coded strings coated in some bitmass bogus. And then I posted a notice. I voted so emotive, every fucker wants him quoted, so I made a note and wrote it. A man with a plan that pays will probably make cash. A man who plans to stay probably just smokes hash. I insist I won't resist to exist between the two. In fact, my main risk consists of fucking with you, a fucking my next, a fucking my ex. If I could keep personal affairs to my person, that'd be best. That'd be, yo, let's fucking talk about sex. Let's talk about rapping and expecting a check. The proper way to select a cause, pause for effect. Let's talk about how everyone is just a fucking wreck. Pyramid so that your eyes are at the bottom. I slit your 7 throats to stop your 7 heads from talking. I put your skull and bones underground inside a coffin. I silenced all the lamps so when the wolves are coming knocking. I froze your accounts, I saw the checks all bounce. I did a recount just to correct the amount. I loaded up a shell so I could blow it at your mouth. I heard the sound of silence and I headed down south. And what I've done is I done opened up my vision and I blow the fucking top off of your figurative prison. And what I've done is elevated my position to the #1 spot atop the art of sedition. And started loading ammunition and I create my own religion. I turn the killer to a victim and undermine the whole system, yo. Now let me hear you shout. The people waking up cause they know what you're about. I said, oh. Now let me hear you shout. If they divide us at the bottom, we can't figure them out. So what I've done is I done opened up my vision and I blow the fucking top off of your figurative prison. And what I've done is elevated my position to the #1 spot atop the art of sedition. And I started loading ammunition and I create my own religion. I turn the killer to a victim and undermine the whole system, yo. Now let me hear you shout. The people waking up cause they know what you're about. I said, oh. Now let me hear you shout. If they divide us at the bottom, we can't figure them out. I said, oh. Now let me hear you shout. The people waking up cause they know what you're about. I said, oh. Now let me hear you shout. They divide us at the bottom so we can't figure them out. Anyway, I probably just knocked the fuck out the nug out, like cracking straight caps inside a dugout, corking metal bats. I pedal rats and spill their guts out. I smoke pedals and kill tracks and drop junkies with my nuts out. The sun's out, oh great, such a nice day. Did you ever see whether the weather will stay this way? It's better to tether the rope than to watch it all fray. They stack smokes by the pack and hope that's okay. Just sacking up, watching smokes as they stacking up, watching dope drop into the lungs as black as fuck, watching bodies burn and money be earned while they yelling, telling lessons that I never learned. A bit concerned, a dramatic, erratic fascist. I'll quit interred once every bowl cash is lexicographic, ecstatic. When I attack it is tragic to all these motherfucking rap halfwits that I had it attacking the dojo, smoking a dolo solo. Hold up, whoa yo, I must be wearing a toga. I only fuck bitches who be all about yoga. I only fuck with liquor. What do you mix her with soda? I've got an itchy trigger for the highest bidder winner. A sinner, fuck babysitters with the bitchy figures in the dead of winter. Burn your house and kill your renter and burn trees, you heard? heard me? Giving splints of breaking knees, but what does it mean? What does it all mean to me? I'm fond of Schwangel's reality, ripping at the seams and bombing the castles of the kings and the queens. Make knickknacks of the thick tracks where steam engines careen and seem to lean and jostle. Just a little bit hostile, leave body after body in the ground like fossils. Hobbies unlawful, other rappers left to hobble. My manner left stoned like Savannah and Kabul. Watch it all topple, watch every nation fall. Sit back and have a ball laughing, watching it all, the world crashing down. People hurry and scurry, they worry like Georgia drivers caught in a snow flurry. But no worries, I sit around and get high. Time dilates, it's misplaced, and then I die. People all gather, they would all rather cry. They hosted a church, my ghost is like, what the fuck, why? I don't believe in your tales, don't fucking sell me your fables. I'm more into record sales and cutting up cables, burning down churches and fucking tearing up Bibles. Yo, Jesus was Arab and he would sue you all for libel. I'm all for rifles, if it's for shooting yourself. The most effective directive for a smooth mental health. I'd evict a prescription to evict admonition, but it's just a description. Admission is your own volition. Yo, but I will feed you ammunition, show you slave of a soul that I support its manumission. Peep my new edition, front page all sedition, like light inside a prism. When I divide the system, make stereo to mono, to right and to left. I master my own tracks because sound engineers, people reft, and the system's a wreck. This whole system is run down. I perform in a ghost town and I leave before sundown. I break down, a takedown, nailing a stake down. People always fake smiles, but there's never a fake frown, because everything sucks and you all fucking know why. We're all just passing time until the day we all die, till the hour, the minute that your heart won't expand. Your whole fucking body just becomes a wasteland. Your veins go flatter than the back of your hand. You can't stand dry glands, your mouth tastes bland. No vision in your eyes, your skin just dries. No thoughts to speak, so each lung just sighs. No more questions to confuse the who's or the whys. You lose your body, you get chewed on by flies. But anyway, I'll probably just knock the fuck out the nug out, like cracking straight caps inside a dugout. Corking metal bats, I pedal rats and spill their guts out. I smoke pedals and kill tracks and drop junkies with my nuts out. I got so many demons, but there's only one devil. Seething at the radio, screaming, get on my level. Heathens need to get beveled, whatever they peddle. We all like the same shit because we all like to settle. Just relax and take a sip, set the pot to the kettle. Set the rebels in the cracks where the bone meets the metal. Staring at the stereo, saying what the fuck is this? Sipping rum by a puddle while I'm skimming Levidikis. I'm sick of this shit, spitting flames just for respite. Reflecting at the message, nemesis to Narcissus. Try to find the knife I'd like to use to carve this with, but it's still covered in blood. I'm too sick to do the dishes, I'm too drunk to stand, too depraved and too vicious. Still sipping rum by the puddle while I'm skimming Leviticus. Still sipping rum from your skull while I'm skimming Leviticus. Fuck you looking at? Like, who is this guy? Keep your eyes on the prize, do not idolatrize, do not sympathize, or I metastasize. And you need your book of lies before I am exercised. Keep your bread unleavened, I'm never surprised if you find your head severed and I rip out your third eye. Still sipping rum from your skull by the fire poolside, and I'm skimming Leviticus till the radio's purified. And who is that shadow in the portal, who bleeds from the inside then becomes the immortal? Who watches us when our eyes close in horror? I terrorize, shafts of light grace the corners. This is not a coronation, I call the king of the dead. I recommend your resignation, first point of order. Bring the stereos to death, kill the rappers, kill the crowds, kill the labels, what is left? What am I and who are you? Who's to tell if I am right, or telling lies, or telling truths? Give me a drink, 100 proof, 100 dice, 100 coffins, pour the bottle down the tube. A game of thrones, a game of miscreants. I suck the fluid out your spine and I feed it to the innocents. Nothing is anything until you read it from a nihilist. Still sipping rum from your skull while I'm flipping through Leviticus. I sow 1,000 flowers and then I watch them all bloom. Then I build 1,000 pipe bombs and I watch them go kaboom. Then I see myself sitting inside a padded room. The man who took the fucking game and made it crash into the moon. Because this is the artist. As a young man, this is the skilled architect who had to chisel off his hand. This is the god king of the castle built of sand in the middle of a desert of an undiscovered land. I am Ozzy Ozymandias. I am the chosen holy ghost of a kingdom of pariahs. I am the voice you've never heard on a record not recorded, with an army of the dead and a sound that was too sordid, and with methods called to question for a massacre too morbid. I'm sipping rum from your skull, throwing hell into accordance. Still sipping rum from your skull and throwing hell into the torrents.